Welcome. Our firm is dedicated to being your expert bridge between Asia and Europe, providing leading cross-border legal services with integrity.
Hello everyone, I am Lawyer Bing, a corporate and litigation attorney here. In my daily practice, whether I am defending a client in a high-stakes commercial dispute or structuring complex cross-border corporate deal, I constantly see businesses struggling with the exact same challenge. They look at the foreign market, they see all the massive changes happening in the global economy, and they instantly feel overwhelmed by the variables. Right now, as we move through 2026, the global market is shifting faster than ever. It is completely natural to look at these massive economic rates and hesitate on your expansion plans. But if you want to shape the actual outcome of your business, you have to look at where your strategic focus is. If you focus entirely on things outside your control, like a global inflation, unpredictable macro shifts, or how competitors might react, you end up stalling your operations. A successful corporate strategy requires focusing strictly on your actionable inputs, your structural choices, your risk management, and the concrete legal frameworks available to you. You cannot control the global economic weather, but you can absolutely control how you position your corporate structure to ride the wave. So today, we're going to lay the bare facts and look at the exact legal inputs you can control right now in Vietnam under a massive new regulatory update that just took effect. When a business considers entering a new market, the hesitation usually comes from a lack of regulatory clarity. And it is very easy to stall your expansion plans when you are forced to navigate a fuzzy landscape of vague rules and unpredictable administrative timelines. But a well-crafted legal framework is designed to eliminate that exact operational friction. It gives your business a baseline certainty it needs to stop second-guessing and start executing. And that brings us directly to Vietnam's brand new regulation, Decree 96/2026, which officially took effect on the March 31st, 2026. And there's a new master flavor for foreign direct investment, completely replacing the old regulations from years past. And this decree is a profound strategic pivot by the state, and the Vietnamese government designed this new law to systematically lower the entry barriers and operational risks for foreign tech companies. Instead of leaving you to get the administrative outcomes, and this decree lays down a highly predictable, legally binding path. It directly addresses market hesitation by telling foreign investors exactly where the state is throwing its full legal and financial weight. And to use this decree to your advantage, we need to look at exactly who qualifies for what the law classifies as special investment incentives. Vietnam is actively moving away from being just a hub for low-cost manual labor, and the state wants to transform the country into a global high-tech powerhouse. And they have picked 4 very specific areas to receive absolute red carpet treatment. First, let's talk about the absolute star of the show, which is the semiconductor industry. And if your clients are involved in designing, fabricating, or packaging microchips and processors, the government is treating them as premium strategic partners. The state knows that microchips are the backbone of the future global supply chain, so they are offering fast-track approvals and top-tier legal protections for this sector. Moving right along from the chips themselves, the second category covers component design and manufacturing. This means the actual creation and engineering of advanced electronic parts. If a company is bringing the technical know-how to design these components right here in Vietnam, the new decree recognizes them as a high-value asset to the country's industrial growth. Then we look at the third pillar, which is the digital tech products. This involves the actual creation of high-tech hardware and advanced software devices. Vietnam is no longer interested in just assembling products that were designed elsewhere. They want companies to build and develop new digital products locally. Finally, the fourth area covers the digital tech services. And this encompasses companies providing advanced IT infrastructure, cloud computing solutions, data centers, or enterprise digital platforms. When you look at these four pillars, the regulatory line in the sand is very clear. If your business improves aligned with any of these fields, you are no longer just an ordinary foreign investor operating on the margins. You are legally classified as a strategic priority, which completely changes your position and your leverage when dealing with administrative procedures. Now, let's look at the actual material rewards because a legal strategy is only as good as the commercial numbers behind it. When Decree 96/2026 talks about maximum incentives, it's not using anti-marketing language. It means the state is legally bound to offer the deepest financial discounts allowed under Vietnamese law to lower your illegal overhead. First of all, the decree slashes corporate income tax down to rock bottom rates. Instead of paying the standard corporate tax that is into your early stage profits, qualified tech projects will enjoy heavily discounted tax rates for an extended period. On top of that, they will receive complete tax holidays during their initial setup and launch years, followed by another long window of paying only half of the already reduced rate. This gives a tech company massive breathing room to reinvest their revenue directly into scaling their operations. And the second massive financial bonus comes in the form of super cheap or even entirely free rent for land and wood services. If a foreign company needs to build a semiconductor fabrication plant, a high-tech manufacturing facility, an R&D center, or a massive data headquarters, the cost of securing the real estate is usually a massive financial barrier. Under the 2026 decree, the government cuts these rental fees down to the absolute bare minimum. In many tech zones and high-tech parks, the state is waiving land rent entirely for years. By removing these two giant financial frictions, high corporate taxes, and crashing real estate costs, the law effectively minimizes your heaviest external risks, and it allows corporate management to focus entirely on performance, product, and supply chain execution, knowing that their foundational overhead is legally protected. And you know what? As a corporate and litigation lawyer who deals with both preventative structuring of businesses and the painful fallout when things go wrong, my advice to you is straightforward. The regulatory environment in Vietnam has officially evolved to favor high-tech innovation over everything else. Sitting on the sidelines waiting for global economic volatility to disappear is simply a missed opportunity. The new rules on the game are clearly written in the Decree 96/2026. Stop looking at the variables outside your control and wondering if the timing is right. Look at the influences you can manage, look at the legal protections available right now, and decide what your next strategic step is going to be. Once again, I am lawyer Nguyễn Lâm Bình, Brianna, specializing in corporate law and commercial litigation in Vietnam. We are here to help you clear away the legal complexities. Let's get to work on your next move and see you in the next episode.